Hey everyone, exactly a year ago today I made this video right here where I said I quit my 9 to 5 and I started doing content creation full time. So I wanted to do a video, an update video for you guys, for those of you that are interested in all the things that have changed or that I've done in the last year. In this video I'm going to talk about what I miss and don't miss about my 9 to 5, some of the success stories that I have in this last year, what I did and some of the numbers, I'll share that with you, and what I plan on doing for the next year going forward. So the first thing that I want to talk about is what I don't miss about the 9 to 5, and I'm going to break it up into my top 3, and I'm sure a lot of you can guess these top 3 just if you've been to work and do this. My first one is traffic. That's at the top, number 1. I do not miss that. I do not miss driving into work and taking a long time and being behind people and just going at a very slow pace when I know my car can go faster. Luckily, I didn't live that far from work. And another luckily thing was after COVID, we mostly worked from home. So like a lot of you, I didn't have to go into the office very often, but when I did, I hit traffic. And it really wasn't that far, but just hitting traffic was just a pain. So I know a lot of you have even longer commutes and longer time in traffic, but yeah, that's a big one. I do not miss that. That's something that I'm glad that we were able to work from home during these past few years. So the second thing I don't miss from a 9 to 5 are meetings, especially those meetings, you've probably been in these if you work a 9 to 5, those meetings that you don't have to be in, but they last a long time and you could be using that time for something else. I feel like a lot of these meetings are just time-sucked meetings and they took up so much time where I could be more productive, and I do not miss those. And when we were in working from home, those meetings were stacked close together, like meeting after meeting after meeting after meeting. It was crazy. So I do not miss that. I'm glad that I can have my own schedule where I can figure out what I need to do and get those things done. I feel a lot more productive because I create my schedule and I do the things that I need to do and get done during the day. And a lot of times I get them done really early. The third thing that I don't miss about a 9 to 5 is actually working for someone else, knowing that all my time that I'm putting in there and helping, but I could be using that same time to work on my thing that I want to do. And that's really nice to have all the time in the day to work on the things that I want to do. Splitting up that time, having to do both work for someone else and work for myself, I had to like switch between two, and so it's really nice. I do not miss that, having to kind of switch my brain from one thing to the other or worry about one thing and the other. I can just work on my business, the things that I want to do right now. So those are the 3 things that I don't miss about a 9 to 5: traffic, meetings, and actually working for someone else when I could be working for myself. So surprisingly, there are things that I do miss about a 9 to 5. The first thing being the people. Great people. I used to work with great people, and actually interacting with people on a daily basis or weekly basis, depending on when we went in, actually face to face. I kind of miss that. I'm mostly an introvert. I'm not an extrovert, but being a solopreneur, a content creator is something that I do mostly by myself. And I do have, talk to people online, but having that face-to-face, real people. Luckily, there was a coworker that invited me to lunch recently, and I got to meet some of my old coworkers, and it was great. It was fun. I just need that like every quarter or something, but not having that every day for a long stretch of time was something that I missed, and I think that's a big benefit. I think that's why a lot of people are actually going back to the office at least once a week just to get some of that, because being home and working from home for the full time was kind of different, and it's something that was lacking, I believe. The next thing is kind of related, is that working with a team. It's really nice to get a lot of things done, some big projects done, working with a team where one person is specialized in this, another person specialized in this, or bouncing off ideas each other, sitting next to each other and doing that kind of thing. I think that's really cool. That's one thing that I miss working in a 9 to 5 as opposed to a content creator where everything's on me. I have to do everything, and it's great, but I would move faster if we worked as a team. I may have to make my own team in the future at some point, but right now I don't. I'm just by myself. And the last thing, believe it or not, is the structure of having a 9 to 5. knowing that I had to go to work at 9 and leave at 5, I knew I only had a certain I only had a window of time that I could do my YouTube stuff and my print-on-demand stuff, and that was before work and after work. And now that I have the whole day, it feels like I can do whatever I want, but if I don't structure that time accordingly, a lot of times I can be doing things that don't really help with the business. They're fun and stuff, and I can do a lot of other things, which is nice, but that structure really got me through doing more and more videos and more print-on-demand stuff, because I knew I had to do it at those times. And I could probably do that for myself, and I probably need to do more structured times, but that's just one thing I missed. I know it's kind of a weird one, but I think having that, it was really nice. All right, the next thing I want to share with you is my progress over the last year. So first things first, let's share with you some numbers. So here's some numbers related to YouTube. Last year in July 2024, when I did that video, I had about 153,000 subscribers, and I've had 711 videos total. And now, up to this point, I have about 176,000 subscribers, which is an increase of 23,000 subscribers, which is amazing. That's crazy that happened in 1 year. And I have over 971 videos, which is increase of 260 videos, which a lot of those are shorts as well. So I have about 100 long form and over 100 shorts on there that I added since July. And no surprise, I've been doing a lot more videos since I can do this full time. Another thing that I mentioned in my video last year that I said I was going to do in the next year was do a lot more interviews, and I did. There are 11 interviews since that one that I made there. These are all of them. And I was lucky enough to do those interviews because I didn't have a 9-to-5. A lot of those interviews were scheduled during the day, which I couldn't have done with a 9-to-5. So luckily I was able to meet and learn from all these great people, which is amazing. Another thing in the video that I talked about was getting more affiliates and sponsors and all of those, and that really actually helped. This year I got a lot more affiliate sales as well as a lot more sponsored videos this last year, and I think that's because as well I have more time to do those, and I can schedule those out. So that has been really helpful since last year. So if I had to describe my last full year as a content creator, I would use this quote. Most people overestimate what they can do in 1 year and underestimate what they can do in 10 years. And I really have felt that in the last year. In this last year, before I quit my job, I had these big plans of what I'm going to do. I was going to do a course, or I was going to do memberships, or I was going to do this and that and the other thing. And I had such big plans, but things change, and things need to pivot, and things need to, feel right. And I actually did a lot of other things instead. So how do you measure success? And I think measuring success doesn't always have to be monetary. There's a lot of other things that you can think about that makes your life successful. And although I did take kind of a pay cut from the 9-to-5 because I had 2 incomes at the same time by letting go of the 9-to-5, I only had my print-on-demand and YouTube and content creator income, and although that went up a little bit, it didn't actually pass what I had with the 9-to-5 and the content creator money. So I actually took a little bit of a pay cut. Not to worry, though I have enough, but we were able to do a lot of other things too during that year. So one of the things that I did a lot was travel. I got to go to Vid Summit, a conference in Texas. I got to go to Latvia for the Amplified conference with Printify. We did a lot of family trips. We went on a cruise. My wife and I went on a 2-week vacation, island vacation, which was really nice, which I couldn't do with a 9-to-5, which, well, I guess I could, but not with all those other things, using all the vacation. Another big benefit for not having a 9-to-5 is that I got to do a lot more podcasts as well. So you might have seen these POD consoles that I did with Philip and some of the other people on there. Not to mention, I got to do a lot of other things for people's communities. So I was on Chris's community, We Scale community, and got to teach there, as well as Philip and Adam's community there, and and got to teach what I know about design there. So it's been a really good last year to do a lot and give back a lot and teach. And so I think overall it has been a success. I was able to do a lot of things that I wanted to do. I got to go and, oh, here's another thing. I got to go to a lot of restaurants, which I love doing. I'm a big foodie. And because of that, I was able to do a lot of reviews and things, and I got my Yelp Elite badge. So I'm a Yelper. I do reviews on food and restaurants. And because I didn't have a 9 to 5, I was able to go to some of these grand openings and you know, be there when nobody else is there because they are at work. So really cool experience being a content creator and having the time freedom to do all these other things that I really wanted to do. So I think still, even though my content creation money isn't past my 9 to 5 plus my content creator money, it still has been a success. And I think the biggest benefit for quitting my job last year is having that time freedom to travel, freedom to go anywhere, freedom to go and spend time with my kids when they have the day off during the week, which I couldn't do. So it's really nice to have that, and that's one thing I think is the biggest benefit over doing this in the last year. So to wrap it up, I want to let you know what I'm going to be doing from now to the next year. What's the future hold for me as a content creator? Well, my plans have changed. I still may do a course, but that's not something I'm planning on doing right away. I think the next thing that I want to do is learn more about Shopify and build up my Shopify store. Hopefully by Q4 this year, I'm going to share some things that I've been doing and working on, and hopefully it's a success. I'm still learning about the ads and things. I also want to up my Etsy store right now as well, so hopefully that picks up. I've noticed that some of my other print-on-demand sites like Amazon and Redbubble and TeePublic actually have gone down. So I want to learn how to do those even better. Times have changed. I want to learn how to use AI better and do that. I know I'm teaching that as well, but I'm learning and teaching at the same time. So I think a lot of things that I'm learning, I want to share with you. I want to do a lot more design videos too. So you'll probably notice on my channel that I'm trying to teach how to do a specific style and how to teach how to do this in a specific app, how to design using Kiddo or Canva, or how to do this style that's very popular. So that's going to be my focus on my channel, is teaching you how to design better t-shirts and better things for print on demand. I'm gonna have a big focus on that this next year. And I have no plans of stopping being a content creator. I'm gonna still be doing YouTube content, more shorts, more teaching how-tos, and I'm still continuing to do print on demand still with Amazon, with TeePublic, with Redbubble, and adding on Shopify and Etsy. So a lot of print-on-demand content, a lot of YouTube design content. I do not plan on stopping. I'm going to continue to do those things and hopefully learn more and more skills and kind of diversify with the Shopify and the Etsy. And that's it. That's what I'm going to do. Hopefully in next year, you'll see another video like this explaining some of the things that I did this next year and some of the successes that I've had. Thanks again for watching. Hopefully this video is really helpful for you to see kind of the life of a content creator with print on demand and everything and how it's going. And again, I don't think success can be measured just with money, monetary. So because I don't make as much money as I did when I had a 9 to 5, but I think a lot of the other benefits really make that better. I think quitting my 9 to 5 has been the best thing still, and got a lot of that time freedom. So if you want to see that video that I made a year ago, I'll put that one right here so you can see the difference of it and some of the things I talked about a year back and how I was planning to be a full-time content creator, which is really exciting. I can't believe that it's been a year already. Thanks again for watching, and as always guys, keep creating and keep learning. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.